Have you ever heard of someone so rich they literally had to invent new kinds of accounting just to keep track of their money? Well, that's this guy.
And forget today's billionaires. I'm talking about a man who was richer than Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and John D. Rockefeller, all put together.
I mean, just look at this number. In today's money, his net worth would be a jaw-dropping $533 billion.
But here's the wildest part. The empire he built 5 centuries ago is still going. His family is still benefiting from it today. His name? Jakob Fugger.
So, how on earth did he do it? Well, it all came down to a simple but absolutely brilliant strategy we can call the Fugger playbook.
You see, while every other merchant back then was trading things like spices and textiles, Fugger made a massive pivot. He jumped into the high-stakes, high-reward worlds of banking and mining.
His playbook was genius. Step 1. Lend huge sums of money to kings and emperors. Step 2. Instead of asking for cash as collateral, he demanded the rights to their mines. And Step 3. When they couldn't pay him back, which was often, boom, he took the mines. He effectively ended up controlling Europe's entire supply of copper and silver.
And once you control the money and the raw materials, well, that economic leverage turns into some serious political power.
We're not just talking about influencing politics from the sidelines. Oh no, he literally used his fortune to decide who would get to rule Europe.
Need some proof? Okay, get this. In 1519, the election for the Holy Roman Emperor was up for grabs. Jakob Fugger single-handedly funded 65% of Charles V's campaign. He didn't just back a candidate, he bought an emperor.
To put his wealth in perspective, at its peak, his fortune was 2% of Europe's entire GDP. That's on par with Rockefeller's peak and just completely dwarfs the relative wealth of today's tech billionaires.
But his story isn't just about the money. His real, lasting legacy is how his financial innovations created the very systems that run our world today.
A lot of the stuff we just take for granted in modern business, like double-entry bookkeeping, joint stock companies, even global banking networks, Fugger was pioneering this stuff. He was building the foundations of modern capitalism.
And he wasn't just a ruthless capitalist either. In 1521, he founded the Fugger, which is the world's oldest social housing project. It's still operating today, and the rent is still the equivalent of less than $1 a year. Incredible!
So I think the core lesson from his life is pretty clear. It's not just about building income. It's about building an interconnected empire of finance, resources, and political power.
Which really makes you wonder, right? How is it that a financial playbook from the 1500s still basically defines the